Yesterday in the cars, during the longest stage of the rally, the Dakar really showed its teeth. And it didn't spare Dakar legends either. Nani Roma and Stefan Petterhansel both ended up waiting for the sands of time to fall and the assistance trucks to rescue them, eventually returning to the safety of the bivouac in Riyadh and to the Audi team to assess the damage and the possibility of continuing. There are jokers, there is Dakar experience, there's things like that. I don't know the rules, but if we're allowed to restart, we will restart for sure. So today, stage 5 is a first for the Dakar. The cars take an entirely different loop to the bikes, and then they swap for tomorrow. 421 competitive kilometres await the four-wheeled crews today. And for the front runners, this virgin stage represents a unique navigational challenge. It's clearly a bit more difficult because we have no tracks to rely on to help us with navigation. But conversely, it could be an advantage because there are no tracks. You really need to find the 0 point and find the right way. Carlos Sainz in the new electric-powered Audi RSQ e-tron has already made up 31 places since navigation errors dropped him down the order on day 2. Teammate Petterhansel is running again, giving the car a competitive test and being there in case one of his teammates need assistance. And today it was Carlos Sainz. Today we weren't going too bad. By kilometre 200 we'd overtaken 3 or 4 cars. When we arrived here, we saw Carlos making the cross signal with his arms. He asked us to stop. He'd broken a spring, so we gave him one of ours. We stripped our car so he could continue. So once again, it's a nice little afternoon in the desert for us. So on the day the Spanish celebrate Three Kings Day, it was actually Petterhansel that brought Sainz his gifts. Saudi driver Yassir Sayadan started the day in the top 10 and was posting great split times, but a big accident en route caused the Mini to stop. Countryman Yazid Al-Raji stopped to help. Ultimately the crew are okay and Al-Raji will be given back the time lost. Mathieu Serradori and his Century buggy have become familiar faces on the Dakar since he transitioned from bikes, and his 8th place finish in 2020 really put him on the map. He's currently in the top 10, and by today's performance he could be upwardly mobile, 4th quickest on the stage. The Toyota of Lucio Alvarez, the Argentine's mission coming into 2022 was to improve on his 5th place claimed 10 years ago. In his 4 entries since then, he's hit the top 10 twice. With Spanish ex-biker Armand Monleon as co-driver alongside him, the pair are going well. 3rd quickest and moves up to 3rd. Now when we think of Rally Raid, it's vehicles separated by acres of dunes battling against the clock, so it's quite a moment to witness 2 legends of this sport racing head to head, playing follow the leader and switching positions like a long distance rallycross race. As yesterday's stage winner, Nasser had to open the road, so he waited for Seb and let him go first. A dubious honour, but perfect strategy when you have time in hand. The Qatari is piloting the new Evolution factory Toyota, seeking his 4th Dakar win after a brace of 2nd place finishes. He can afford to back off a little, with a big lead. And it's not so easy for the Frenchman to be put in this position, but he's very good under pressure. And he finished the stage 2nd quickest, the 2nd year with the Bahrain Raid Extreme team, a rebooted version of last year's ProDrive Hunter. I managed to catch him. We tried to overtake, we tried to pass him in the dunes using a different heading to exit in front, and that paid off. Then we were in front, except the problem is that when you're opening, the other just follows your track. Eventually he caught us. We then made a mistake and he passed us. He committed one and we passed him. We did 200 km like that, battling it out side by side. It was fun. Now, after spending hours in the dunes waiting for the assistance truck to arrive and fix his broken car yesterday, South African Henk Glattigan could have been forgiven for being a little downbeat today, having dropped to 49th overall and nearly 10 hours off the rally lead. But today was very much a new day. And the Toyota driver won the stage, despite a bizarre sequence of events, as he explains.
I still don't believe it. I'm not sure what just happened. 10 kilometers from the start, my door broke and it went open, and I was driving till the first decontrol with the door flapping open. Then I got that, I strapped myself in, I couldn't open the door. Then we had a puncture, so I had to climb out the navigator's door and change the puncture. Then we had some fuel pressure issues. Then the door came open again. I stopped to try strap it back in. Then we had another puncture. I had to climb out the navigator's door again. So we've had just the craziest day. I can't actually believe we've won the stage. It doesn't make sense.
Well, believe it, Henk, the table tells us you won the stage. Loeb second, and a huge recovery drive from Gerland Schischerit to finish 5th quickest. Sebastian Loeb has taken another chunk out of Alatia's rally lead, but as we approach the midpoint of Dakar 2022, there's still 35 minutes between them.
As motorsport addresses the essential goal of carbon neutrality, focus has largely been on hybrid and electric vehicles, but the BRX team have come to Dakar with a different solution.
ProDrive EcoPower is fuel that's based on a Generation 2 biofuel that's designed to give the same performance as a traditional gasoline based on fossil fuels, but it's based on Generation 2 biostocks, which is waste products from agriculture. There is a 10% remaining fossil fuel element, but that's purely to get the performance limits within the FIA regulations. And as the technology improves, that 10% will disappear, I'm sure.
Most agricultural waste is left to rot, meaning its energy soaks back into the ground. But by harnessing its power, BRX are able to run the same V6 twin-turbo as last year, and with minimal electronic changes, the car now operates with sustainable fuel.
I think what we've tried to demonstrate with ProDrive EcoPower is a genuine solution that is available now, that is a drop-in replacement for fossil fuel, and certainly as part of a blend of technologies, it genuinely is part of the future and can give us a very practical solution to the problem of carbon dioxide.
Unlike ethanol that has driven much of South America for years, this biofuel is made from agri-waste, not from crops grown specifically to create it. In combination with a 90% reduction in fossil fuel use, this means the team will reduce their CO2 emissions by 80% with no loss in performance.
This could be rolled out into road cars worldwide. So it's a genuine demonstration for motorsport to be more sustainable, but also allow motorsport to demonstrate that there are solutions for the wider community using this technology.
For doubters, the fuel is tested and approved by the FIA, who also check what's actually in the tank during the rally, and the proof of the pudding is in the performance. Sebastian Loeb lies second overall with a stage win already, all powered by waste.